All I do is work for this family.
You're never home, Dad.
Y'all alone?
Jace is only 6, Dan. He needs his dad around.
I know, okay, I know!
You guys stop fighting!
Go to the room, please.
Before we get started, I want you to know that you're safe here. I'm really sorry you got stuck out in the rain. It's pouring out there. We've got a room ready for you, and if you're hungry, just let me know. I can make you whatever you want, okay? Okay. I just want to get a little bit of information so that we can help you as best as possible. If anything's uncomfortable, you don't have to answer, okay? When you're ready, can you tell me your name?
Katie?
Hi, Katie. My name is Erin. I've been here at Woods for 7 years, and we've helped a lot of people just like you. My job is to keep you safe and to help in whatever way I can. How are you feeling today, Katie?
I don't know. I guess I'm super overwhelmed. I don't know what to do. I just feel really guilty for leaving my little brother there, but I couldn't.
Oh, hun. I can understand feeling that way. But hey, here at Woods we have a program called Family Connections. And the program is built to help people just like you and your brother get your family unit back to being happy and healthy. When we're done chatting here, we'll make a plan just for you and your brother. How does that sound? Can you tell me a little bit about what's going on?
Well, everything feels like it's falling apart. My parents are constantly fighting, and I can't handle the tension. I've been skipping school, and my grades are dropping. I don't know what to do anymore.
I can see this must be very challenging for you. You've taken a big step by coming here. We want to help you get back some stability and support. Is it okay if I ask you a few more questions to understand your situation better?
Yeah, I guess so.
Great. Once I get a bit more information, we'll get you settled in your room and get you some food. And when you're ready, I'd love to get your parents' phone numbers so that I can let them know that you're safe. Is that okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Katie, we have a great team of counselors and supporters here at Woods. We're going to get you back on track. You're in good hands.
My name is Kelsey DeRoche, and I am the team lead of the Youth Support Navigators here at Woods. I've been with Woods for 12 years. Initially, what drew me to the organization is partly the reputation within the social serving community. Woods has a very strong reputation for being able to help vulnerable children, youth, and families. Also, what's kept me at the organization for so long is Woods' ability to change to the needs of the clients. So rather than having a client fit into a current program or making them fit into a box that we've already created, we will adjust to the needs of the clients and allow them to get the best treatment possible.
My name is Drew Hornberger. I've worked at Woods Homes for approximately 4.5 years. I am a crisis counselor in the youth shelter at Woods Homes. I've always wanted to make a difference in my community. I started youth work in about 2017 and graduated from the CYC program in 2018, and I'd been working at the Boys and Girls Club prior to this, and it was an amazing job, but I wanted to move into kids with a little more intensive needs.
We start with our physical environment, so creating a very safe and welcoming space for youth to access and come to. All of our clinical staff are trained in crisis intervention, and then we have ongoing training as staff are working here to really take a trauma-informed approach. A lot of the youth that come to us come from a variety of situations, some that are very traumatic, and we need to have staff who are able and confident and willing to work with youth coming from all of those backgrounds.
Some of the major challenges I face when working at Woods is that there's always multiple sides to every story, and the kids that we get come to us in crisis. We then have to work with parents, organizations, agencies, and the youth themselves to find out what their needs are, what the situation really is, and, where to move forward. That can be very complicated, given that crisis situations have multifaceted problems.
Our Youth Support Navigators program offers outreach. So we go into high schools, we go to different events throughout the community to really meet youth where they're at prior to them really needing our services. This way we can inform them of the continuum of services and the variety of services that we offer, so that if they do need to access us, they're a lot more comfortable in approaching us and coming to us, already knowing ahead what services we offer. We also love to do tours of the youth shelter, so whether that be to potential clients, to parents, to other professionals in the community, we offer tours so that people can come and see what the youth shelter offers, and that it's not mats on the floor. It's not scary like other shelters. It's really a safe place for youth to come to.
Well, youth who come to the shelter aren't in crisis 24/7, right? They stay with us, so we look after their day-to-day needs on a regular basis. We cook meals with them, we teach them how to cook, play video games with them just to help them with the relaxation, movies, and all while we're doing that, we get to break down barriers between each other and build that rapport. It's really kind of the sweetest part about the job is getting to learn more about these kids who have been labeled a little unfairly sometimes. The challenges that our youth have been facing is evolving. Right? We just got out of a pandemic. We have an opioid epidemic going on. There's poverty. A lot of the youth are struggling with online cyberbullying still to this day, even though it was a new thing when I was young. And, they're trying to navigate a new weird world at the same time we are. So by being able to walk down that path together, we get to help them understand themselves and where they fit into it.
Woods Homes addresses the challenges by providing positive adult supports in their lives that can help them navigate and walk through transitions, specifically the transition to adulthood. We not only support the youth, but also support their families, the other professional networks, to really come together and support those youth through their journey. We also provide immediate assistance to youth. Food security is a big one. Communication techniques, it could be employment supports, transportation, kind of whatever the youth needs in that moment to help on their journey to the next part of their lives. One success story of a youth who has gone through our programs was a young mom. She was living at home with her parents in their home still with her child. She found it very difficult to parent her child within her parents' home, and there was conflicting values and parenting strategies that were happening. We were able to get her connected to the right resources, so she moved into community housing through Lethbridge Housing, was able to really connect with her own child, and then rebuild her relationship with her parents as well. And then her child went on to school, and she actually went into post-secondary education and took education to become a teacher. So that pivotal moment of her just knowing she couldn't be in her parents' home, but didn't know how to make that step to move out. So we really helped her with that piece of her journey.
One difference I can really remember and sticks with me is we had a boy come to the shelter, a young man, was close to aging out of program. The parent was just unable to support him, and the family was on hard times and could no longer financially support him. So he found his way to the shelter. We completed an intake, talked with his family, kind of found out what he needed. Turns out this young man was very independent, so we got him hooked up with a bunch of vocational training, as well as programs with some of our partner agencies. A year and a half later, he's showing up at our doorstep, and he's working hard in his field and he's making more money than I am. So, I guess that kind of sticks with me.
We have a whole continuum of services that are available to youth throughout our program. So yes, we have our youth shelter, which gives youth under 18 a safe place to stay. But we also have the Youth Support Navigators, which work with youth between the ages of 12 and 24 to really connect them to the right resources for their situation. With that, we also work with families, with both the shelter and Youth Support Navigators to ensure that whatever the relationship the youth looks like with their families or with their natural supports is supported and is fostered to be the best that it can be. Furthermore, we have employment supports, we have Family Connections, which works with families who are also part of the child protection system. So really offering a full range of services to youth that's more than just our shelter.
The work that Woods does is so important because no one else is doing what we're doing. We don't have another emergency youth location for them to go. Group homes are prevalent within the city. We have options for foster care, and we have, lots of residential treatments. But processes take due time, and we are the only location that can take kids at the snap of a finger. Nobody who works here isn't compassionate, so it can be really hard that we've noticed kids have been having longer stays with us. It's been getting a little more difficult to get them hooked up to the supports that they need, and it's even harder to get them into a place where they can stay more semi-permanently to permanently. And so, we're compassionate people who never give up, but part of that means that we need to keep pushing with these youth, and the youth can get tired of fighting, and as staff it can sometimes feel hopeless pushing against that wall. But as long as we remember it's a game of inches, and as long as we keep pushing, something will give.
Each individual client that comes through Woods Homes identifies the goals that they would like to work on, and we're here to support them through that and help them to address those goals and to achieve the outcomes that they want to see. Through our grant and fundraised dollars, Woods Homes has been able to provide important programs and initiatives to positively impact the lives of children, youth, and families. We're able to provide youth with clothing for job interviews. Maybe they need a cell phone to talk to their counselor, or they need a bus ticket to get to school. Through these programs, we're really able to offer youth a sense of safety and security and belonging within their communities. The funding that we receive allows us to connect youth to family counseling, mental health supports, psychoeducational assessments, a really wide variety of intensive supports that can help them move through their journey to independence.
Usually they're having some of the worst days of their lives when they see us for the first time. And so when we meet them at the door, our presence is really important. We need to find ways to make them comfortable. We'll let them in. We'll usually talk them down from the crisis really quickly. And we will do a little bit of information gathering from them. Get their perspective on their story. And then we will start the intake process, get some more detailed information about what's going on, and, learn about what the youth are good with, what they like, what they don't like, how's school going, even just like the little day-to-day stuff. And then once we get them settled, we will call the parents and notify them and get consent for them to stay here. And once that all happens, we get all teams on board.
Woods Homes works with other community groups, schools, agencies, organizations within Lethbridge in a few different ways. So one is outreach. So the Youth Support Navigators attend each high school in Lethbridge once a month to really connect directly with the youth there, along with the admin and counseling teams, so that we're supporting those most vulnerable youth together and collaboratively. Woods Homes has a representative on the High Risk Youth Committee, which is spearheaded by Children's Services. At that committee, we're able to connect with police, probation, Children's Services, schools, and any other youth-serving organizations to collaborate and address the needs of our most high-risk and vulnerable youth within the community. Some of the long-term benefits that youth see after coming through Woods Homes programs are a connection to either their natural or professional supports. So this could be an increased connection and sense of belonging within their own families, or it could be connection to professional supports such as AISH and PDD. These connections give them the ability to be independent in their own way. So that could be a youth moving back in with their family with a new sense of security and belonging. It could be youth moving to complete independence, or maybe they live in a supported living environment, but they have the skills and abilities to move through their journey to their level of independence.
I'm very good for making my stupid jokes around the shelter. Some of the youth appreciate them, some of them take some time to grow to them. But that first smile you get to see is huge because it's just such a quantifiable view on the change that you've made. They come to your door in crisis, crying, swearing, angry, throwing things even sometimes. And to see the kid on the couch with the controller in his hand and laughing at a knock-knock joke, it's just such a big change.
Woods Homes always welcomes youth back to come in and either ask for further support or give us an update on how things are going. We love when our youth come back and pop in and tell us how great things are going for them. Some of our programs also will offer aftercare support. So this could include scheduled check-ins where we give the youth a call or the families a call just to check in and see how things are going and if further support is needed at that time.
Right now, funding is super important for us. In my years of work here at Woods Homes, with all the great work we have done, I've noticed that we don't have funding for weekend day shifts. We've gathered it before. We've made it work for months at a time with what stuff we could get and we were grateful for. But Saturday and Sunday, we're sending kids into the streets from 8:30 till 5 because we cannot afford to have a staff member in the shelter to watch them. That's a long 8 hours for kids with substance use problems to be out in the downtown core. That's a long amount of time for someone with mental health concerns to be out on their own, left with a lot of scary thoughts. So the funding can help us cover these kids with a wider net.
Woods Homes offers programs and services to youth and family who don't always fit in to other services. Our programs are designed to be unique to each family and youth and their situation. Mental health doesn't discriminate. So we have seen youth come through our doors who are part of low-income, high-barriered families. And we've seen youth who come who are part of high-income, affluential families, and everything in between. We pride ourselves on providing non-judgmental, immediate, low-barrier access to any youth or family that walks through our doors. So although we have contracted dollars, those dollars are really allocated to the building, the staff, the administrative duties here at Woods. The fundraised dollars are what help us to move youth through our programs and beyond our programs. So whether that be a cell phone, transportation, clothes for employment, those psychoeducational assessments, mental health supports, those are the dollars that really make the difference in the lives of these youth.
The work we do can be really difficult from time to time, and we're only able to keep our doors open through the generosity of our funders. I'm not blind to the fact that all of you have a story that led you to this point where you can be generous enough to donate. The same is kind of true with our youth. They all have a story that led them to our door, and maybe less fortuitous in certain aspects, but through a combined effort of your funding with our hard work, we can give these youth the story they deserve.
I can think of so many stories, and we helped a young mom move into a home, and her kiddo was ringing the doorbell and then running inside and saying, like, I've never had a doorbell before. Like, it's those moments and those times with our clients where we really see the impact and we see the importance of this work, and that without the support and the investment that our community has in Woods Homes, we wouldn't be able to have those moments.
My name is Travis Entner, and I am the business manager and co-owner with Cornerstone Funeral Home. Cornerstone's been supporting Woods Homes for decades at this point. I was originally called upon to join up with the committee for the Children's Benefit Dinner close to about a decade ago. And from there, I've taken more and more of a leadership role on the committee, as many of our galas have gone past now. And still to this point, Cornerstone is a steadfast supporter of Woods Homes with our time, our energy, and financially speaking. The first and most major need that Woods Homes has is financial contributions from our donors and our community. Understanding that every dollar that's given to Woods Homes is stretched. It's stretched from 10 to 100. They do an absolutely amazing job at supporting our at-risk youth with the ever-growing programs that they have to offer for the ever-growing needs that our at-risk youth have. Above and beyond that, awareness. Awareness of the fact that we are going through a mental health epidemic, and that Woods Homes is supporting every single step of that way. That we are the frontline first responders for our mental health crises in our at-risk youth. Our goal at the end of the day is that every child feels supported, and that every family has broken through all of their generational trauma. But we're just not there yet. Being in my unique position, being both the business manager with Cornerstone Funeral Home and also being a past and present committee member with Woods Homes, I'm extremely confident in knowing that 100% of our donors' dollars go directly to where they're needed. In particular, I know this because Woods Homes has set the foundation over the last several decades, knowing that our lights and our power and our water and administration costs and the roof over our heads is taken care of. Knowing that 100% of the dollars that our donors spend go directly to where they're needed, with the individualized services, with the client care services, to the pajamas, the food, the transportation, all of these things are taken care of directly by those dollars. So I feel personally confident in knowing that every dollar that I spend goes directly to the at-risk youth in our community. Cornerstone is passionate about building healthy communities where we live, we work, and we play. Cornerstone also feels very strongly about supporting the organizations and the initiatives that provide positive change in our city. One of these many organizations is Woods Homes. When they have a youth that comes to them in their time of need, no matter the challenges that they're facing, Woods Homes just meets them where they're at. They're that ray of sunshine, that peace and that comfort that's coming to them. And Cornerstone feels very strongly that we do the same. When a family calls upon us in their time of need, no matter the darkness that they're going through, we're that ray of sunshine. We're those people that are there to walk them home. And because of this alignment, we feel so strongly that Cornerstone will continue to support Woods Homes far into the future. Because Woods Homes and Cornerstone Funeral Home meet people with where they're at, they meet people at the most challenging times of their lives. We both understand that creating genuine relationships with the people that we serve will continue to foster growth and wellness in our city for years to come. Of the many roles or titles that I have in life, one of those is being a dad. You know, I have a 16-year-old daughter, a 13-year-old son, and an almost 7-year-old daughter. And the work that Woods Homes does is so important to me because I know that no family is perfect. And I know that if my kids or I ever needed any help, Woods Homes would just meet us. They would meet us at the challenging times that we're going through. They would come alongside us and they would just walk us home. Cornerstone firmly believes in the work that Woods Homes does. This is why we've continued to invest in their organization for over a decade. We believe that the work that they do and the positive changes they bring in our community are absolutely paramount. I'd urge every business leader, every community member, everybody present to join alongside Cornerstone and just support them as they bring that positive change to our community, one at-risk youth at a time.